Welcome to Communing with Divine, a podcast where I share my spiritual quest and the lessons and the insights that I've received from many divine beings and energies during meditation. I am your host, Meraki. Now, let's begin. Welcome to Communing with Divine. Before I get started, I just want to thank all of the new listeners who have come on board to listen to my podcast. So I thank you all so much. All right, so without further ado, we will get into episode 5. September the 2nd, 2023. I'm speaking with the goddess Hecate. I was doing my calling in and she began speaking about what happened this morning, and she led me to articles about the dew. And now she's explaining why. She's explaining the dew is the physical representation in our world, in our reality of liminal space, because the dew only occurs at that time when the night is waning and the morning is getting ready to come forth. That's when the dew is formed, only then. And so it carries an echo of the energetic vibration of liminal space. The goddess Hecate explains, do not overlook the power of the dew. It is a power that can be harnessed and applied. It is powerful. The energies that lie within the dew are the energies of transition, the energies of liminal space, the energies between an end and a beginning. Think to this. She's also explaining that I'll be using dew spiritually as a part of my practice. I don't know if it's for cleansing. I don't know if it's for medicine. I don't know, but she's showing me that. And just as a PS, frost is just dew that forms at a lower temperature. We don't think about it as often, but it has liminal magic as well. September 3rd, 2023. This morning around 4:45, I did a kind of semi-meditation thing, but I wasn't recording, unfortunately, but I do remember it really well, so I'll share this with you. I was with the Archangel Michael. No one else was with me, and we were walking. We walked for quite a while, actually, and we came to a place where there was what I first thought to be a sort of liquid with light in it. The light appeared in an intermittent fashion, and the light had movement. The best way for me to describe this is that it looked like those phosphorescent type of jellyfish in the water. And when the water moves, or if you run your hand in the water, the phosphorescent jellyfish light up. Then they go dark again. So it was really interesting and so beautiful. And this was an energy. It was a beginning place, not the beginning place of the universe. It was the beginning place of something smaller, but no less important. And this energy was getting ready. So the movement was the energy coming to a decision about what it wanted to be, how it wanted to manifest itself. And as it got closer to what it wanted to manifest, it started to rise up, to bring itself together to form a more cohesive shape. It began to draw all of its energy into one, and as it did this, it rose up from the center in a sort of column-like thing, but not a stiff column. It was a moving column. It was dynamic. And as it rose up, the edges of itself, of its energy, were drawn in towards the center. I didn't get to actually see the point of the final decision, the final form. But I believe that I was within that pause that I spoke about before. I don't know if I was at the breath. I feel as if I was right before the breath because I did not see the final forming of a decision made. So I never got to see the fruition of its manifestation. And I don't think that it was for me to see, but it was very interesting. It was very cool to be there at that moment, at the beginning point that is within the pause, leading up to the breath where a decision made expresses creation by transitioning from the energetic realm to the physical. Absolutely amazing. September the 6th, 2023. Something very interesting has come up during my calling in. I was getting messages, personal ones, little ones, helpful ones, insightful messages from everyone. And just now, I was speaking to the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine, And I made the comment that it's been a long road because I've found myself very tired recently. And they replied, "It was a necessary road to walk, and you have done so successfully." This was a theme in terms of the messages I have been receiving today. Basically, you're very close to a new insight, a new understanding, and they were very encouraging of me. So the sacred feminine and masculine was explaining to me that while this road seemed long, it was also necessary for me to walk and for me not to despair. But I explained that I was very concerned that I wouldn't have the energy to complete this path because I am very tired. But they assured me that I would have the energy that I need and that I have the support of the divine and of them, and that I will make it through this. And then they said something that was very interesting that had never occurred to me before. They said that I shouldn't fear that I won't have the energy because I have endless energy that feeds my body. This energy comes from my soul, from my true self, and its connection to the energies of the divine and to the all. They said, think to a body that is unhoused. It is motionless. It can accomplish nothing. This is because its soul has left it. The soul is energy. The soul has boundless energy. The choice is yours to allow the energy to come forth. The soul is connected to the all. It is part of the all. The energy of the all is boundless. Open and allow. Do not block. Do not doubt. Ask and the blocks will be dissolved. Allow the energy to flow. It is boundless. I am speaking with Jesus now, and he says there is much more for you to do, and yet you have accomplished much. You are now walking the final steps. He's showing me my path, and this path that he's showing me leads to another path that's bigger, brighter, amazing. It's just amazing to look at, but I'm not quite on that path yet. It's just a few steps away. He's showing me this to give me encouragement and to help me to understand by seeing. He said, this last part of the path must be walked and the gate closed. Do not tarry. Continue forward. We are with you. The goddess Mary says, this is a time of much activity in the physical realm, which will deliver you to a place where you may explore further that which lies within. I'm almost seeing this like a push is going to happen or must happen. I understand what she's saying to me, that all of these things that I have to do are what's required in order to afford me the peace, serenity, and space to explore my inner self and my inner world more, to explore my mystical understandings and my connections with divine. She continues, but this does not mean that only the physical must be attended to. I know what she means there too. I haven't been doing my connecting very consistently recently because I've been too focused on getting things done in the physical world. Mary then comments on my spiritual practice and says, this is so, for it is this that sustains you through the physical. It is this that feeds your soul. It is this that aids you in all things, and so it must be, for you are soul energy residing in a body temporarily. You must connect to the all, to who you are in truth every day. It is a form of remembering. It is an act of love. Remember this, child. September the 9th, 2023. I've activated all my chakras. I'm grounded and activated the symbols of the goddess Hecate in my hands, and the Archangel Michael is with me. It feels as if others are with me as well. I can't see them, but it feels like the goddess Aletheia and the goddess Mary. I'm sensing, I'm not seeing. The Archangel Michael and I are walking. We are at the edge of the cliff. It's dark. I can hear the water lapping very gently on the sand. This is interesting because there normally isn't much movement from the water that I'm aware of. We go down to the sand and I'm changing into my robe. It looks as if I have a 6th key on my belt. And there are silver sandals here too that look like they would fit me. I know that the goddess Hecate wanted me to go barefoot, at least initially, so I'll bring them with me and see if they're for me or not. I give the Archangel Michael a hug. I pass through the curtain of energy into the cave. I feel as if there are many beings here, but I can't see them. I can't see the goddess Hecate either, but I know that she's here. I hear her voice. She asks, "Do you fear, child?" I respond, "Not really, I don't think." She asks, "Are you afraid of that which you cannot see, of that which has not yet been revealed to you?" "Sometimes, yes." "Why do you fear?" "I fear for many reasons, but I think it all comes down to the fact that I fear when I do not trust. I fear when I struggle to allow." The goddess then says, "And yet you stand here within my cave, sensing others who you cannot see, and you have no fear. Why is this?" "Because I trust you. I trust the Archangel Michael. I feel safe in your space. I feel safe in your presence, and with all of the divine and all of those who work with me and help me." The goddess Hecate is coming out of the shadows so that I can see her. She really is magnificent. She says to me, "Your mind wanders, child." "It does, goddess." "Look to your third eye." I feel as if my third eye is changing, and it is. I feel this change is first clouding my vision and then clearing it, which is odd, but I've learned not to question the process. Well, to question it less anyway. Now the goddesses Alethea and Mary have stepped forth out of the shadows. I greet them, and they greet me back. The goddess Alethea explains, "We have come to teach you together." And this is why I was sensing them earlier, because they were with me, and now they've presented themselves to me here to let me know that they will be joining my teaching here within the cave of the goddess Hecate. September the 11th, 2023. I feel as if I'm being called to a liminal space, so we're going to go see the goddess Hecate. I've activated all my chakras, my symbols are ready, my third eye is activated, and I'm grounded, so I am good to go. The mighty ones are with me today, and of course, as always, the Archangel Michael. I feel different today. My third eye is a kaleidoscope of colors, and I can see it shining outward. I'm feeling the sand beneath my feet and making myself very aware of it. I'm making myself aware of my feet. I'm not sure why, but I know it's important. I'm at the cave mouth and I'm changing. I see 7 keys. I don't know what led to this increase in the number of keys. I give the Archangel Michael a hug and I step through the curtain. I feel that the others are here. I can sense them, but I can't see them. I sense the goddess Hecate. She knows that I'm here. They are the 3 goddesses, the goddess Hecate, the goddess Mary, and the goddess Alethea. I don't know if I explained this before, but Mary is a goddess. I was not perceiving her as one before. I greet them all and I say, "I am honored to be with you." And the goddess Hecate says, "Why have you come?" I felt drawn to the liminal space of our transition, the liminal space of the human transition. The goddess Hecate considers me for a minute. She knows why I'm here. My stepdaughter has passed. My stepdaughter struggled with mental health issues and drugs. She had a seizure and she didn't survive it. She had a hard life, but she had a heart of gold. We were very, very close. The goddess Hecate says, "You seek the child, but she must not be disturbed during her period of transition. The journey of the child must be respected." I say that I understand. Mary says, "You must look within to fully understand that which you seek. You must look within to fully understand the reason for the seeking. This is of great importance. A journey must not be undertaken before understanding the true motivation for the journey. For a journey undertaken under the guise of something else will not reveal the true path that you seek. It will lead to a path of confusion. You will be led astray. Your purpose, your motivation must be pure and must be understood for what it is." The goddess Alethea says, "This is truth. Desires, emotions, these can easily mask themselves. You must be vigilant. You must be ever aware, for purity and truth, honesty with the self. These are the tools that you are required to use to walk this path. Without these things, much can be discovered, but what will be discovered will not be truth. What will be discovered will be shades of truth and much deception. Self-deception can never lead to truth. Self-deception can never lead to knowledge. Self-deception can never lead to wisdom. The goddess Hecate says, "There is no room for ego in this work, child. This you have been told." "Yes," I reply, "you have told me the ego masks its true desires, its true needs, its true motivations." The goddess Hecate continues, "For if these were revealed, it could not achieve its goals. Your greatest task, your biggest challenge, is to always unmask the motivation of the ego, to always look within in truth and with honesty, with clarity and without fear, so that your motivation will be pure. You cannot walk this path in fear. You cannot walk this path for fear. You cannot walk this path with deception. Do you understand, child?" I do understand. The goddess Hecate says, "Then let us go." We're all walking together. We pass through the cave wall. We are walking in silence. The goddess Hecate stops and says, "Go no further from this point. From here you may observe. I can see my stepdaughter at a distance. She can't know that I'm here because I would distract her. I will only be allowed a brief viewing because the goddess Hecate wants me to see something or to understand something. The goddess did not bring me here because I wanted this. My stepdaughter is being attended to within this liminal space. She's being attended to by these beautiful beings who are working to help her with her transition if she chooses to complete it. These are some of the beings that the goddess Hecate told me exist within this liminal space. These particular beings chose to be in the liminal space in order to be of service to those who are making this transition, helping those who have been within the physical body make the transition to being pure spirit. My stepdaughter experienced a lot of trauma in her life, and so this work is essential to help her transition from the density of the physical to the ethereal. From where my stepdaughter is, it seems that she perceives the earth and the physical plane at the same time as she perceives the all, the purely energetic. And she understands that she's in a place that is neither one nor the other. She is at peace with her transition. I understand now that the liminal space can be a place of preparation, of healing, and of facilitating a transition. So much happens here within the liminal space. The goddess Hecate has indicated to me that it is time to go back. It's time to move away from my stepdaughter so as not to distract her. Because even though I'm not in my physical form, she will recognize me. And she will recognize me as someone from the physical plane of the earth with whom she shared a bond. But as she is in the liminal space of transition, this may confuse her, and I don't want to do that. I wouldn't be allowed to do that. The goddess Hecate says, the liminal spaces are of great importance. Much occurs within the liminal spaces. You have only just begun to experience and understand this. Naught could occur if it were not for the liminal space. The importance of the liminal space cannot be overstated. In this universe, everything is transition, and no transition can occur without these spaces. There would be no movement. I see what she's saying. She's showing me in my head so many examples, too many for me to explain here, rapid fire. It's too many for me to even list, but our reality could not exist without the liminal spaces. It would not be possible. The goddess Hecate corrects me. She says, our reality as it exists now. Our reality as it exists now, in the form that we experienced it, could not exist without the liminal spaces. The goddess Aletheia says, there is tension in your body. She's right, of course. It's like I'm trying too hard to hear and to understand. She says that I should relax and allow, and it will come. We're back at the cave now. I bow to the goddesses and thank them. I'm so thrilled and honored to be working with the three of them. Now I pass through the curtain of energy, and the Archangel Michael is of course still there. The other mighty ones are at the top of the cliff. It's very sunny and bright, quite beautiful. I'm changing. I never asked about the other keys. I'll have to try to remember to do that next time. The Archangel Michael and I are walking down the sand. We rise up the cliff where the other mighty ones are. I thank them all for being with me, and they say, "You're welcome, child." They're walking with me. They surround me. I am always protected. I am blessed. September the 15th, 2023. I've prepared myself, and the mighty ones are with me. We're at the cliff. The sun is rising, and I believe in this case, it's representing a new beginning, or new beginnings. The Archangel Michael and I go down to the sand. The other three mighty ones wait on the cliff. I love that they're all coming with me now. I turn and I wave to them, and they raise their hands in recognition of my wave. We're walking on the sand, and the sand feels wet to me. I'm not sure why it's wet, but since it's different, I'll mention it. I'm excited to go in today. I'm at the rock outside the cave. I've changed into my robes, and I enter into the cave. Many candles are lit. I can see things on the cave walls, and the scrolls are here too, many of them. I open a scroll or two. I know that I'm being given permission to do that. It's never occurred to me before to look at them. I was given a visual in my head of doing this, opening the scrolls. I believe this was by the goddess Hecate. There are many different scrolls here. Some are very large and clearly long and involved. Some are very tiny, so I'll open a tiny one. It's a single symbol. That's all that's there. This particular symbol is the same one that I saw on the back of Hecate's hand that she placed on the back of mine. There's another scroll here. It has words on it. It must be in a different language. I don't know what it says, but it's very beautifully written. So many of these, so many scrolls. I know that the goddess Hecate is in the shadows and that she is observing me, so I will recognize her. She is formidable today. She's come forward, and the markings on her face, I don't know if it's paint or tattoos, but there seem to be many more today, and also on her hands. They are very, very prominent. She truly is a mighty goddess. She's telling me to be sure that my third eye is fully activated, and so I'm checking. Again, my third eye is a kaleidoscope of energetic color. I let her know that yes, my third eye is activated. She looks at me and says, "Come." We walk into the darkness, and in the distance I see a huge tree. Actually, I'm seeing two images of the tree. One is the tree as it stands, beautiful lines and symmetry, huge. It's like the size of a California redwood, but it has the branches and leaves of either a maple tree or an oak. I think it's an oak tree. So the tree stands as it is, and it is magnificent, but it's as if it's superimposed. I can look at it differently and see other things behind it or within its image. I can see an image of different human civilizations or stages of human development. So there are these platforms of civilization that come off the side of the tree, different platforms, and there are spaces between them, between each civilization. And the spaces between these civilizations are not consistent either. So some of these civilizations are pretty close together, and in other cases, there are much bigger spaces between them. I don't know what the spaces mean. I don't know if the spaces between them represent the amount of time it took for one to evolve to the other, and even though I know there's no time as such, I have no other way to describe this. Maybe each space represents fresh starts for humanity, like each level represents a fresh start for humanity versus a leap that comes from growth or development. The goddess Hecate is not telling me. She wants me to observe and to practice figuring things out by myself. I believe that each level that I'm seeing is civilization starting anew, that the spaces between each level is this period of time that it took for humanity to restart a civilization after a quote-unquote reset. I'll put it that way. And the length of each platform is representative of how long each civilization or a period lasted. I know this isn't the most fascinating of recordings for you guys to listen to, but it is important. She's pointing to one level. It's us. The goddess Hecate isn't saying anything. None of the goddesses do, and I'm not sure why. We're going to walk together in silence. They seem to take some sort of a shortcut because we return to the cave very quickly. Nothing else is said, and so I leave. I step through the curtain. I step out to the Archangel Michael, who says, "You believe this lesson to be incomplete, but you are to think upon it more. Then much more will come. Then you will be ready to speak to the goddess Hecate about what you have discovered, about the lesson that she gave you. There is always knowledge. Knowledge is always being provided to you, child. Think upon this. The answer will come. I'm changing. I'm taking off my belt with my keys. I see my sandals. I may try them on the next time." The Archangel Michael is smiling at me, and we walk back down the sand. We rise back up to be with the other mighty ones. I turn and I raise my hand to the goddess Hecate and to the other two goddesses. The sun is still coming up. We turn and walk. Now, I know that this last lesson that I shared with the tree and the civilizations that were superimposed on this tree is frustrating, I'm sure, for you all as listeners, but it was frustrating to me too at the time. It's hard when you're given something that is thought-provoking or different or interesting, and the explanation or the answers to it aren't given at the same time. But what I am learning and have learned is that the answers do come when we're ready. So when you think upon this lesson, this last meditation, perhaps the explanation, the answer to this tree and the civilizations will come to you well before it ever came to me. All right, well, that's it for me for today. Thank you all so much for joining me, and have a great day.